Hi, I'm Justice Fitzgerald.
I'm Anna Corporon.
And I'm Nicholas Kelly. Television today and in the 1950s has a large impact on society that we live in today.
To begin, we've chosen two 9-year-old children, a boy and a girl, and asked them a few select questions involving the revolution of television and how differently it affects children in the 21st century.
These interviews both compare and contrast the opinions of today's youth.
Hi, my name is Noelle Henry and I am 9 years old.
Hi, Noelle. In one word, how would you describe television today?
Today, I would describe it entertaining.
Entertaining. Now, are there some inappropriate things that you see on television?
Yes. In some movies, there are scenes where a guy and a girl kiss, and I don't think that's appropriate for my age.
How would you define inappropriate?
I would describe it wrong and nasty and disgusting for my age.
Okay. Now, give me 3 examples of some shows that you watch today.
I watch Victorious, Jessie, and iCarly.
Do your friends or your peers around the same age as you watch those shows as well?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Eric Kelly, and I am 9 years old.
Hi, Eric. In one word, how would you describe television?
Funny.
Okay. Now, listen to the television shows you watch.
Pair of Kings, Victorious, Kickin' It, and SpongeBob.
Okay. Now, while watching these, are there any inappropriate scenes?
Yes.
Okay. In your own words, how would you define inappropriate?
Violent.
Okay. Do you think that kids your age should be watching violent television?
No.
Okay. Do you think some of the shows that you watch should be only viewed by older viewers?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're too violent for the youngers.
Okay. Now, do you think some of the shows that you watch should be tuned down to be suitable for younger viewers?
Yes.
Why?
Because they are too inappropriate.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
These are some of the shows and networks that children of today watch. These interviews exemplify the messages that television sends to the children of today.
One of the main ideas in both of the children's interviews is that they felt television today was inappropriate.
One of the primary television shows both of these children talked about was the show Victorious. This show on the network Nickelodeon, which is made for children, shows scenes that involve romance.
Take a look for yourself. The writers also include inappropriate jokes that would not be understood by children, only adults. This scene is an example. To younger viewers, the conversation seems normal, but in reality, it is adult humor referencing to a girl's breasts.
Topics that were shown in these clips weren't shown to children who watched television in the 1950s. Shows that existed back then included I Love Lucy,
The Looney Tunes,
And The Cosby Show.
These television shows showed the value of family and how they should come together as one.
They showed men to respect women and people to respect the other people around them.
In the entertainment today, women are degraded and people are disrespected. This gives children the idea that it's okay to talk to people in any way.
One of the main shows found anywhere is Family Guy. This uses inappropriate language and gestures that lead children to believe that the language in which they use is acceptable.
Family Guy can be found on many channels, and there's advertisements for the program on multiple channels.
It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
But where are those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely?
Although the show is intended for adults, children are still exposed to commercials about the show and other shows like it on the children networks.
To get a perspective of someone who lived and watched television in the 1950s, we interviewed an elder named John Corporon. He gave us a primary source of how television was in the 1950s.
John was a man whose life in the 1950s revolved mostly around television in New Orleans before becoming the news director for WPIX in New York for 25 years.
Here's some of the statements he made in his interview.
TV in the 50s was a revolution. Entertainment programming often stressed family values. I remember seeing Edward R. Murrow showing CBS viewers pictures of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans live at the same time. A historic event. Today, we take such events as routine.
What TV does best today are news and documentaries, telling people what is going on in the world and discussing issues which are important to our democracy and way of life. 2 shows of the 50s come to mind: Leave It to Beaver and Father Knows Best. These shows were highly entertaining and popular. They stressed family and human values.
Andy Hardy was another popular show of the 50s and stressed family values. TV today is both better and worse than the 1950s. Better because the good TV shows are truer to life and capture the good and bad of American culture. Today, TV could be bad when it places too much stress on violence and vulgarity. Some comedies are really funny and still true to life. But little stress is placed on family values. Romance exists on TV but was never violent or obscene in any way.
In his interview, he mentioned that television was more wholesome, to say the least. One of the main points I want to mention in John Corbron's interviews is TV in the 50s was a revolution. Entertainment programming often stressed family values.
Television shows today are usually scattered with dark humor and subliminal messages. Many shows, such as Shake It Up, have offensive meanings that younger children who watch these shows might not pick up on.
14, 15, 16! You're adorable. I could just eat you guys up. Yeah, if I ate.
In this clip, many older people would pick up on the offensive comment hinting that eating disorders are a comical situation and something to laugh at. But children watching these shows are taught that making a joke out of a dangerous situation is okay.
Celebrities have also taken notice to the joke made. Demi Lovato, a Disney Channel actress and singer-songwriter, is someone who has struggled with an eating disorder. She tweeted about it and how she felt after she heard about the joke.
After the celebrity bashed the choice of humor on Shake It Up, Disney Channel apologized and immediately removed the episode from the network.
Besides taking to Twitter, this celebrity has also been interviewed and questioned about the situation multiple times.
As well as the fact that anorexia was made out to be a joke, it also teaches young girls and even boys that to be attractive like a model, you have to starve yourself. These are not the messages we should be sending out to our generation.
In shows like I Love Lucy that aired during the 50s, they expressed the importance of supporting family and friends and that serious situations should be kept serious and not be turned into comedy.
Robert Young and Jane White with Eleanor Donahue, Billy Gray, and Lauren Chapin in Father Knows Best.
These television shows showed the importance of family. I Love Lucy showed how comedy was in the 1950s. No offensive remarks were made. It was pure comedy.
Television was an evolution. It impacts society and the children as well as the adults in it.
It gives them the idea that violence is the key to any situation. Television has taught children that there are no consequences for their actions. If they make a mistake, it will always be fixed almost immediately.
Unintentional offenses are continuously being made, some of which lead viewers to harm themselves as well as others.
In the 50s, television was considered the golden age because of how it taught both children and adults to treat others the way they want to be treated and to have self-respect.
Now television is considered pitiful to the adults alive during the 50s. TV has altered our minds and words. Television has built a shelter around our whole lives and has molded us. It is better to change than to sit here wondering what our lives could have been without television.
The only thing we can do is move on and continue to advance with a newfound sensitivity and wiseness. Hopefully, this documentary has helped you understand how television has changed and how we should be more aware, more attentive to the world of television we live in today.